Hello and welcome back. You're tuned into Revision Hub with Jazzy Jane. I'll be continuing with Family and Households A-Level AQA topic. Last video, we looked at social policies and how these policies can be linked to sociological perspectives. Before we continue on paper or flashcards, quickly jot down what you remember from our last video. You will only know this if you revised, rested, tested, and repeated yourself again and again. Today we'll be looking at divorce for a start. Divorce laws. 1949 was Legal Aid and Advice Act. This was where anyone could receive a divorce if they wished to get a divorce, even though they were not financially stable enough to get a divorce. As you all know, divorce, you have to pay for it, so it's quite expensive. 1969 was a Divorce Reform Act. This was where individuals could divorce after 2 years. Before it was 1 year, but due to the rates being extremely very high, this had to change. Divorce, however, does not consider before the changes in laws how many people were unhappy. Were they living in unhappy marriages, or was it after the law that this began to rise? Also, divorce does not consider people who are living apart alone. Reasons for divorce. Reason 1, secularization. Less than X% attend church regularly. You might not know this, but I'm going to tell you that less than 4% today attend church on a regular basis. Roman Catholics have got less rigid views on divorce. They are very less strict on divorce. Goody and Gibson are sociologists. They argue that today we live in the 21st century and we have moved from a religious to a world. Can you guess what it is? Press pause and have a think. Let me reveal it. Goody and Gibson argue that today we live in the 21st century. We have moved from a religious to a scientific world, where less than 30% of people get married by religious tradition. You can link to Weber and Bruce, rationalization and enchanted garden. Let me explain this. Weber argues that before we lived in an enchanted garden, where we were traditional. We believed in spells, prayer, marriage. But however, as time has went by, we have moved from an enchanted garden to a disenchanted garden. Bruce argues that this is the process of rationalization and has occurred due to the rise in science and technology, hence why we are no longer religious anymore. So you can link these two arguments to Goody and Gibson's argument. Reason 2, aging population. Anderson argues that people are living for longer. Due to them living for longer and having a higher life expectancy, there are more likely things to go wrong. As you can see on the ONS, which is the official statistics website, that marriage and divorce on the rise is 65 and over. You can quickly read and pause through this, or you can actually view the website when you are free. But these statistics are very important and will be handy for you to remember one or two of them because it will help to explain your point further and give further evidence. Reason 3 is an increase within choice. Stacey et al. Argues that divorce allows that increase within choice. Beck talks about risk society, whilst Giddens talks about pure relationship. Both similarly argue that if needs are not met, then everyone has got an increase within choice where they can leave that relationship. Criticisms of an increase within choice. Weeks et al. Weeks et al. Argues that there is still the nuclear family type, and still several women face domestic violence and abuse, whether that's physically, mentally, or emotionally. More information on this will be in later videos. Increase within choice continued. Sociological explanation. Sociologist Rapport looks at CLOGS. I like it to say clogs. Cultural, lifestyle, organizational, generational, social class. Let me explain each of them. Listen up and make notes. Cultural. Different cultures have got different views about roles and relationships. For example, African Caribbean might have different views, or Asian, and I'll be looking at that within this video. Lifestyle. Different people live differently. Everyone has experienced a nuclear family type at one point of their life. Organizational is based on how roles are organized, whether they are conjugal, integrated, or segregated. More on this will come up in my later videos. Generational. Different generations have different views about roles and relationships, which I'll be looking at too in later videos. Social class. Some people who are high social class will be able to afford childcare, while some may not, and this all looks at an increase within choice. Family structures. There are various different family structures. Why don't you pause and write them down on a piece of paper? I've looked at most of them in video 1. Let's have a look now. There's nuclear family, adopted family, same-sex family, lone family, beanpole family, reconstituted family, extended family, empty nested family, single parent family, apart together. We are able to have a very wide range of family structures. All of this due to an increase within choice and how we have moved from a modern to a post-modern world. If you're unclear about some of these words and requires definitions, please look at video number 1, which is just the introductory, where I actually define all of these. Family structures and ethnicity. African Caribbean. Sewell is a sociologist and Murray also is a sociologist. Both conducted observations and various different forms of research. They found that 59% of African Caribbean and 22% of the white ethnic minority groups live in single-parent families. This is primarily because women want to be free. They do not want to be controlled. They want that choice. And also, women today are financially stable. They have got the higher paid jobs. And you can link this to social policies. Can you pause and think of which social policy? If not, please look at my later videos for more information. These theories of women want to be free and financially stable link to the theory of rapport and further builds the theory of Sewell and Murray. Asian families, rapport, look at nuclear family and extended family type. They believe that these Asian families have a nuclear extended family type because it helps them with childcare. And also, it's an expectation. It is part of their culture. For example, Bangladeshi and Pakistani women are having more children at a younger age as opposed to the white ethnic minority group or Indian ethnic minority group. Do you fear racism? You might think that, by me using the terms Asian, white, or black, I might be posing a form of racism towards these groups, but please do not think that in any way or form, because by you using these specific terminologies like black, Asian, white ethnic minorities, it's only through this that you'll be able to get the top marks, especially in these ethnicity-based questions. So please do not fear. Lone and cohabitation. Why do people live alone? A. An increase within choice. B. People today are financially stable. Once again, link to social policies and increase within choice. You can link to sociologists, which we looked in the previous slide. Court orders. Some people are forced because the court orders them to live alone. Now, all of these things are becoming a norm. Norm is something normal. I remember this by N for norm, N for normal. Why people cohabit? A. It's a choice. B. It's easy, you can share money. Cheaper than getting married, little commitment is required. Betropod et al. Argues that there are more people today cohabiting as opposed to getting married. Same-sex couples. As you can see in the ONS, this is the figure for 2016 of sexual identities. Pause and have a look. Make quick notes. It's handy to know a couple of statistics. These will be very, very helpful to provide evidence and back those sociological points and theories. Increase within choice again. Same-sex couples have an increase within choice. SMART talks about connectedness, where we are able to adopt children and can have donor-conceived children. So it's less about the physical relationship with kin and it's more about the mental and emotional relationship that an individual has with the child. But there are problems with something. You can pause and have a think about what the problem will be. Okay, so the problem will be attachment. Those who do psychology will be able to look in this further detail. I'll be looking at this more in detail in later videos. What we learnt so far is we looked at divorce, an increase within choice. SMART talks about connectedness, donor conceived children, and family structures. Next video, we'll look at childhood. It's a good topic and is raised quite a bit, so we'll have a look at it in the next video. Till then, revise, rest, test, and repeat the content in this video and all the other videos I've made so far. And do not forget to love Canva because I used Canva to design these slides and downloaded them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, which is very, very important, especially if you don't understand anything. And please press the bell icon to never miss a video. Thank you so much for tuning in into Jazzy J's YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Keep revising.